News. I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Senate Democrats blocked an amendment to voter ID legislation backed by President Trump that would have done something they publicly support, require photo identification to vote in federal elections. This update from correspondent Bernie Bennett.
Democrats, including Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, have shown an interest in voter ID, which has grown in popularity among voters across the country. Still, Democrats blocked an amendment to the Safeguarding American Voter Eligibility, or SAVE America Act, from Ohio Republican Senator John Husted, meant to put them on record for that position. Schumer said ahead of the vote that, quote, Republicans are once again wasting time on voter suppression. Bernie Bennett in Washington.
President Trump has issued a new warning to Iran. White House correspondent Greg Clugston reports.
The president wrote on his social media site that Iranian negotiators better get serious soon before it's too late. If they don't, he said, there's no turning back and it won't be pretty. The president described the negotiators as very different and strange, insisting that Iran is begging the U.S. to make a deal ending the war. Greg Clugston, Washington.
A revised version of the House's aviation safety bill now has the backing of the National Transportation Safety Board, but the families of the 67 victims of last year's mid-air collision near Washington, D.C. still want to see tougher requirements to ensure the reforms are implemented. The NTSB said the ALERT Act now addresses its recommendations, including requiring planes to be equipped with a key locator system. Two key House committees advanced the bill Thursday, so it'll now move forward to a full House vote. On Wall Street, the Dow down by 469 points. The Nasdaq dropped 521. This is SRN News.
And enter discount code USA to get 10% off any size order. That's getthetea.com, discount code USA for 10% off your order.
If you want to continue to be one of those uninformed voters, uninformed people in this world, then change the channel because they're going to give you information you can work with. They got human excrement running all around the place.
Your home smells of feces.
Yes.
People peeing in the streets.
Ooh, do you smell something?
Needles in the streets.
These are not tears. We are vomiting from our eyes.
And yet, what they're worried about? The words you use to call criminals. Because there's a certain stigma they don't want criminals to have to deal with.
Could we talk about something else?
I'm going to give you information that's going to make you have to make a decision, have to do something about what's going on in this country.
Something resembling anything.
If you want to get involved in the conversation, 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Check out my classic podcast. There's so much going on the website, but do something. Get involved.
The Joe Messina Show.
I just want to know if you missed me. That's it. That's all I want to know. All right. Joe Messina, your host. Yes, the frog is almost gone. Anyway, Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Look, get involved, get engaged, be part of the solution so you're not part of the problem. And, very much really do enjoy the time that, some of the interaction that we have, emails that you send. And get involved in the chat room. You'll find it at joemessina.com. joemessina.com. Ain't that hard. You don't even need a college degree to find it. And Brad Dake is going to join us a little earlier than usual, which is cool. That way there's some of you can stay awake long enough. You know it's an election year. You know how you know it's an election year? There seems to be, or they're talking about, a new mutation of COVID. That's right. A heavily mutated COVID-19 variant, which may be better able to escape immunity from vaccines or even prior infection, is now spreading across the United States. Although COVID cases are currently low nationally, the BA.3.2 strain is gaining traction across the globe. Its, its regular name is Cicada, or Cicada, or Cicada, don't know. Emerged over a year ago and slowly simmered until last fall when it started ramping up in several countries, including here in the U.S. As of February, BA.3.2 has been detected in at least 25 states, the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. They said, perhaps more concerning is the variant's slew of genetic changes. The spike protein has mutated, which is set apart from other variants that are circulating. Andrew Peskov, he's a PhD virologist at the Johns Hopkins. He was on the Today Show. He said it has a lot of mutations that may cause it to look different to your immune system. Right? These have the potential to reduce protection from the prior COVID infection or even the vaccination. As a result, the hypermutated strain is being closely tracked by the public health officials. Now, in December 2025, the World Health Organization said that they were monitoring the variant. Well, we could trust them. Anyway, it was nicknamed CICID by T. Ryan Gregory, a PhD, a professor of evolutionary biology at the University of Guelph, who coined the variant name like Stratus and Parola. So anyway, this thing is coming because it's an election year. Let's see how many places, how many governors lock things down, right? What do you think? Since 2024, BA.3.2 has moved slowly and quietly. It's been overshadowed by dominant variants like Nimbus. It was on the radar, replicating until it started to spread more from person to person. So, again, it's only spreading in a couple of places. And then further on down, it says it's spreading in about 25 states. That is not a couple of places, number one. Right? And California, Connecticut, Florida, Hawaii, Idaho, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts. Let's not give these guys the chance or the opportunity to shut us down. And if they try, right, let's shut them down. What I really love about this, more than anything, is listen to the symptoms and tell me if they sound familiar to you. Cough, fever or chills, sore throat, congestion, headache, gastrointestinal symptoms, which could be you just have to go to the bathroom a lot. Sound like, what does it sound like? It sounds like the flu. That's what it sounds like. Or a really bad cold. Many people get this all the time. I'm no doctor. I'm not going to tell you what to do or what not to do. But what I am going to tell you is keep your eyes open. Right? Keep your eyes open as to what you see coming and what they're going to do. And if they tell you that it's safer for you to stay in your house come August, September, October, we'll see what happens. Right? No, really. I think this is great. I think this is great because then you are going to see, I hope, I shouldn't say you're going to see. Man, every time I say that, I disappoint my own self. You're going to see more and more people, I hope, step up and go, no, it's not happening. All right, President Trump said he'll sign an executive order to address airport disruptions, announcing the move in a Truth Social post. He said, because the Democrats have recklessly created a true national crisis, I'm using my authority under the law to protect our great country. Therefore, I'm going to sign an order to immediately pay our TIS agents in order to address the emergency situation. He said the move comes as a 41-day partial government shutdown takes place. And we'll see what comes out of this. The Democrats are going to jump all over this to make a change. Joe Messina, your host. Don't go far. A lot more coming up with Brad Dacus when we return.
Have you ever picked up a towel set because it felt really soft in the store, but then when you go to use it, it's not very absorbent? That's why MyPillow has developed the MyPillow towels. Towels that work. The 6-piece towel set includes 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, and 2 washcloths. And right now you can receive a 6-piece set for only $39.98 with promo code USA. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special, and enter promo code USA, or call 800-951-8175. That's MyPillow.com, promo code USA.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is Medi-Share. Maybe you've heard switching to Medi-Share to pay for health care can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for Medi-Share is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. Medi-Share works, too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
If you're a diabetic, we have great news. You can end the painful finger sticks with a new CGM. Plus, they may be covered by Medicare, Medicaid, or private insurance. If you test and inject daily, you may qualify. Call US Med now to learn more.
800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. That's 800-471-7065.
Take as little as 3 minutes to see if you could save on motorcycle insurance with Progressive. Come on, you've spent more time than that trying to name your bike.
How about the Crusher? I guess it's not really crushing anything. The Silver Bolt? No. Oh, what about Pepper? Mysterious. Is it a pet or a condiment? Surprise! It's a motorcycle. No, that's stupid.
Get a quote in as little as 3 minutes at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Okay, I'm talking funny because I'm in the witness protection program. I have too much credit card debt and I don't want people to find me.
Okay, I'm just kidding. We're going to talk about credit card debt. Right, those plastic things that we all have in our wallet. Are you in your 50s or 60s and you're still carrying around a mound of credit card debt? Wouldn't it be nice to start banking that money and save a little money for retirement down the road? We help people restructure their credit card debt all the time. We show people how they can get out of credit card debt in months, not years. Listen, you'll be carrying around credit card debt for the rest of your life unless you deal with it right now. We offer a free consultation so you can learn how you can finally wipe out your credit card debt and start saving money. Give us a free call right now.
Call Debt Solutions Network now. 866-451-3328. 866-451-3328. That's 866-451-3328. Do you have a story to tell? Bring your story to life with audiobooks. Great stories deserve great storytelling. Audiobook Network provides professional voice actors and full production services for every author's manuscript. From narration, production, and editing to distribution, promotion, and sales, Audiobook Network handles everything. If you have a print book, ebook, or even a manuscript, call Audiobook Network now and get our free audiobook guide. 800-734-1229. 800-734-1229.
Attention! This is a public notice from the Social Security Disability Helpline. If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, you may be eligible for disability benefits from Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right. If you suffer from physical or mental disability, whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied, we can help. We'll evaluate your situation and deal with Social Security on your behalf. Best of all, there's no fee until you receive your benefits. Remember, we only get paid if you win your case. There are many reasons and conditions that may make you eligible for disability benefits. Many of them you may not be aware of. So if you're disabled and unable to work, call now to get started with your free, no-obligation consultation.
800-362-9337. 800-362-9337. That's 800-362-9337.
you. You got a love bite on your neck. He's coming back this morning. What's the matter with you? Your life's going down the toilet. Cover up that damn thing. Come on, put some makeup on it.
We are back at it again. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5560. Get involved, get engaged, truly be part of the solution. You do that by getting informed. You do that by talking to other people about real information, not stuff you might think is true. Make sure it's true. Please make sure it's true. Anyhow, love it when this guy's out with me. Brad Dacus, he is the founder of Pacific Justice Institute, joins me every week to kind of give us an update of what's going on in the legal world and to tell us what's going on and how he can help, how you can help get involved and get engaged. And Brad, thanks for being with me.
Oh, it's great to be on the program. Thank you.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff really to talk about. You've seen some great rulings come down from SCOTUS. And what I really love, though, is the buzz still going on here at the AG in California. Still wants to fight that parental ruling that came out last week, where parents have a right to know what's going on with their kids. And setting it, I'm not using legal terms, obviously, but he actually asked the Ninth Circuit Court to kind of overrule SCOTUS, right? And now I'm hearing, because I'm in the education world, they're looking for a different way to skin this thing. Just amazing. I mean, I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what you can do to fight them back or to preempt anything. Just amazing to me.
It's really ironic when you think about it. The education industry, it's supposed to be about educating our young people and so they can grow up and be good, productive citizens, law-abiding citizens. And here they are, these educational elite and, the Attorney General, they're trying to figure out how to get around the law, how to basically break the law and find some way to do that. Even though the Supreme Court was very clear, the kids, in school, they all learn about our court system. They learn what the Supreme Court says and how they interpret the Constitution, et cetera. So, and yet they're being a terrible role model in trying to undermine what they're teaching the kids, which is respect the law. This is the Supreme Court. This is who we are. And their intentions to doing so are such as to undermine the rights of parents. It's a double whammy here. It's a bad role model, and it's a bad agenda that breaches the trust of people for public education in more ways than one.
The other thing I love that I just saw come down was Chuck Schumer had been screaming several times that he would be for or he would support a simple voter ID law, right? And what did they do tonight? They put the bill forward, simple voter ID, and the Dems voted it down, right? And you're going, look, if this doesn't show, this is why I get disappointed with people. If this doesn't show what deceivers and liars they are, I don't know what does. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's simple and pure now. This is what they want. Okay, so it's just voter ID. You have to have voter ID to make sure we don't have fraud and that our elections have integrity and we're not like a banana republic with, just a fake election. They voted. No, that's what they want for America. They don't want, even though the overall majority of Republicans, Democrats, Independents all want it. We all value overall the importance of protecting the integrity of our election. Otherwise, elections are not of the people. Our nation is no longer a nation of the people, because if you don't preserve the elections, we totally throw that away, the foundation by which we, formed our government. So it's a real serious assault, actually, on our nation and the foundation of our nation, of being of the people. So I think this is a huge, big mistake by the Democrat politicians. And the only reason you can think of why would it be so divergent from their own party voters, and it's because they know how much they benefit from voter fraud. It's that significant, so significant that they are willing to go against their own supporters and majority of voters. That is extremely telling about them, their agenda, and unfortunately, their character.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And again, there are so many things that Schumer and others, Hillary and so forth, have said that we can show you now. This is why they hate that big bad interweb. That we can show you where they lied. They said they wanted something. They said they wanted to do something, and now all of a sudden it's not the same. Whatever the same is, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's just hilarious.
It is. And now Schumer, he's shown what he is, which is he's a desperate politician he's afraid he may not be, survive the next election. Or, I've heard he's very insecure. AOC or someone else from the left may beat him. So, but he doesn't have the spine that I wish he had, even the different party, just to maintain integrity and character as a leader. So it's a real unfortunate disappointment. It's not about policy. It's not about ideology. It's about character, and that's most unfortunate.
So I got a fun one for you. Okay, the CDC just released warnings that there's a new variant of COVID-19 running across the country, and there's so many mini variations in it that the initial shot may not help you fight this. And I love it because all the symptoms were basic flu symptoms. They said it's now reached over 25, they said it's now reached many of the states, but it's reached over 25 states or found in over 25 states. And, it has 30% of the population have been affected by it. I'm going, okay, people, let's see how much guts you have this time around not to put the mask on. You know what I'm saying? Are you surprised?
Yeah. It is insane when people just can't look at the science or look at the facts, and they have to, act out of fear and not use their heads. I think a lot of Americans have learned to think for themselves and to look at the reality and not allow ourselves to be consumed with the crazinesses of that we see. I like to think we've learned from the pandemic, but you know me, I'm the optimist.
Yes, so, you are very much so. But that's probably what gives guys like me hope at times. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
All right. We gotta go for a quick
I think it's
break.
real important.
We got to go for a quick break. When we come back, more with Brad Dacus when we return.
Attention homeowners. It's not if something's going to break, it's when. That's homeownership. If your dryer, your refrigerator, or your AC and heating breaks, that's an expensive call. And who do you call? Make it easy on yourself and call Choice Home Warranty. We've already done the research and have access to 25,000 technicians that can be at your home quickly. We've covered close to 2 million homes in the United States. There's a good chance your neighbors work with us. Call us right now before the next breakdown. We'll tell you everything that's covered in your home and give you the first month free with our ironclad 30-day money-back guarantee. Call now and learn how to get your free month.
800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. That's 800-378-2250.
Limitations and exclusions apply. First month free with purchase of single plan. Visit choicehomewarranty.com for more details.
Life is full of surprises. Some wonderful,
some not so much. But here's one thing you can control: making sure your loved ones are protected if the unexpected happens. At EasyPlans.com, we make getting life insurance, well, easy. In just a few minutes, you can apply online and buy direct. No awkward phone calls, no confusing jargon, and no agent will contact you unless you request help. Just clear, affordable coverage, designed to fit your life and your budget. Fast approval, flexible plans, and unlike other online insurance sites, Easy Plans won't sell your information to others. So no endless phone calls and text messages. Whether you're just starting a family, buying a home, or thinking ahead, EasyPlans.com has you covered. EasyPlans.com. We make buying life insurance, well, easy.
America's News Update, I'm John Schaefer. The government shutdown is now in its fourth week, hitting millions of Americans. On Saturday, food assistance funding will run out for more than 40 million people. Flight delays are also rising, with more than 1,000 reported today as air traffic control faces staffing shortages. The Senate failed to pass.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Senate Democrats blocked an amendment to voter ID legislation backed by President Trump that would have done something they publicly support: require photo identification to vote in federal elections. This update from correspondent Bernie Bennett.
Democrats, including Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, have shown an interest in voter ID, which has grown in popularity among voters across the country. Still, Democrats blocked an amendment to the Safeguarding American Voter Eligibility, or Save America Act, from Ohio Republican Senator John Husted, meant to put them on record for that position. Schumer said ahead of the vote that, quote, Republicans are once again wasting time on voter suppression. Bernie Bennett in Washington.
President Trump has issued a new warning to Iran. White House correspondent Greg Clugston reports.
The president wrote on his social media site that Iranian negotiators better get serious soon before it's too late. If they don't, he said, there's no turning back and it won't be pretty.
You can download the Upside.
The president described the negotiators as very different and strange, insisting that Iran is begging the U.S. to make a deal ending the war.
Your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code PHIL25.
Here's how you get him. He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way.
Feel the rhythm now. We should be singing together, you and me. All night, holding hands and moving on. We should be singing together, you and me.
We are back at it. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Let me bring him back on. Brad Dacus joins us. He is the founder of Pacific Justice Institute, a wonderful organization that helps to protect your rights, your religious rights, your educational rights, but mostly your parental rights. And Brad, why don't you tell people about PJI?
Oh, you bet. We at Pacific Justice Institute are very unique in that we have 37 offices coast to coast defending religious freedom, parents' rights against the government, sanctity of human life, all without charge. And we have an incredible success rate. We have over 130 cases right now in active litigation. And the overwhelming majority of our cases, the last 3 years, we've been winning and succeeding and seeing great case law and helping lots of people. We're also helping lots of churches do voter registration Sundays. It's a whole other division of PJI, and even helping legislation like getting 6 states to pass laws saying boys can't compete in girls' sports. So we're seeing lots of progress. I'm very optimistic that we're going to see that this year is going to be just another incredible year for religious freedom, parents' rights, and the sanctity of life.
You know, I noticed something that, you've been obviously at this a lot longer than I have, But I noticed there's a lot of snipping and biting going on between the justices. I don't know if you've noticed that as well.
Oh yeah,
we haven't seen this before, have we?
No, it really started with Sotomayor. She's the first to break the mold of being, classy, professional. I'm trying to think of a better word to use, but she's the one that decided not to act like a Supreme Court judge in terms of protocol and courtesy and respect and et cetera, et cetera. And then Justice Jackson followed right there in her mold. And Justice Jackson is, she tries to speak a lot, but in doing so, she just puts her foot in her mouth. It's really embarrassing. I don't know if other countries are watching our Supreme Court when she's, she'll ask a question, and then she'll let the guy, the opposing side, he'll say just a few words, and then she goes on for another 100 words to make her point. Then she asks the question with a few words. Then she comes out, and it's really embarrassing. It's just everyone knows in the legal profession, even in journalism. I think they know she has no business being on the Supreme Court. She's people thought Sotomayor was just way out of her league. Justice Jackson, I think, is even worse after looking at one of the recent oral arguments she's been engaging in.
Yeah. No, I don't know if you had a chance, because I know you're a pretty busy guy, but I don't know if you had a chance to listen to the oral arguments for SCOTUS this week that had to do with, voting, mail-in voting, when's it due, how's it due, why is it due, kind of stuff, right?
Yes.
And
I think Alito.
I was totally excited with Alito. Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm very optimistic. I think they're going to actually, and basically their point is, the majority I could tell, is that, and this is what Alito said. He goes, so we have Christmas Day and Thanksgiving Day. 4th of July is just one day. So we have Election Day. The Constitution says there is one election day, not election week. Doesn't just keep going on. So it seems like this is pretty easy to understand what was intended here. There's one day, and for the election, and not for ballots to just keep coming in days and days after the election is over. So it just made so much sense, and the way the majority looked at it, I think they're going to respect the Constitution, and I'm just it's so refreshing to have a court that'll do that and not try to bend it for any political party or agenda, which is what I think the left was hoping would happen here.
Yeah, I was listening to Alito talking about the mail-in ballots or questioning the attorney. I would hate to be an attorney that's not prepared. And maybe this guy thought he was prepared, but he kept asking him. There was, and it was a word war, is what it was. Okay, and it had to do, and you probably clean this up because I'm going to screw it up, but it had to do with the difference. Is your ballot delivered to an official when you hand it to FedEx, UPS, or USPS, or is the delivery when it's actually put in the hand of an election official? And the attorney was arguing that when you hand that envelope to the Postal Service or whoever, you have delivered that properly. And Alito said, I can't make the connection. Help me make the connection. They're not the election official. Whose job is it to make sure it gets there? Oh, there was a whole bunch of conversation around that and pulling it back and all that stuff.
Yeah. It's the bottom line is when you have something that's due, like let's say there's a bill that you owe, a mortgage that's due. You can't tell the mortgage company, well, I put it in the mail on that day.
Yes.
It's stamped that day. They'll say, no, you didn't meet the deadline. That applies to legal documents and all kinds of things, financial payments and all kinds of things. I mean, it's just understood that's not delivered. So why should things not be counted as not delivered for everything else except an election and a ballot? Makes no sense at all. people have a responsibility to get their ballot in on time. And if that means they have to plan and put it in the mail, oh, golly gee, before Election Day, maybe a few days, that's very reasonable. Any person with any rational basis, I think, can understand that.
Yeah, I loved some of his comment. Matter of fact, one of the comments he made, unless I heard it incorrectly, because they tried to talk about the mail-in ballots, a month, 2 months out, and he said we're not discussing that here, and then he went into his whole Election Day kind of thing, and I'm with him. I'm saying to myself, okay, they said that voting would, the Constitution says the voting would be carried out on that first Tuesday after Monday. So when you say that, does that mean you have a whole bunch of time to get your stuff in long before that day? And even Alito brought up the fact that, look, you may find the reason this is the way it is you may find out that even up to the day before election, that there's some scandal with your candidate that would keep you from voting for them. Right? And at least you still have the opportunity. And then he said, what was it? He brought up the fact that you could change your vote, and the attorney said, well, if you mail it in or if you send it in via FedEx or UPS, you can always recall your ballot. And Alito, he just kind of chuckled. He's like, yeah, but either you've delivered it as you said, or you haven't.
Right.
So,
right. Yeah, you can't have it both ways, which is what he was trying to argue it both ways. So.
Oh yeah, it was great. I mean, you've taught me certain things, and then I listened to the word breakdown. I'm going, oh my God, this guy's hanging himself. I mean, he's putting his neck in the noose right now. So,
yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He does, and that does happen sometimes. And this is one of those examples. And I'm sure he's just kicking himself, saying, "Oops, I fell into that trap."
Yeah, you ever start going down a road, Brad, and you start thinking to yourself, "Oh my God, I better stop now. This is not where I want to go."
Yeah. Oh yeah. It happened about 40 years ago once. No.
Yeah.
Well, maybe more than once. So anyway,
right.
Yes.
We're going to go for a break in a minute here. When we come back, I want to talk about Trump's win with the 8th Circuit Court. An activist judge that had ruled that ICE's mass detention policy of illegal aliens was all wrong, and a 3-panel judge court, whatever they're called, of the 8th Circuit said, no. They have a right to do that, and they can do that. But what I'm finding is, everybody can see this, is the left goes to town when one of these lower court judges stops Trump from doing something. So look at all the bad stuff he's doing. The judges are even stopping them. And then when a higher court turns it over, they're like, well, the court got it wrong. Don't you love these news, I don't want to call them attorneys, that think they've got all the answers when it doesn't go their way? I think it's just wonderful. Anyhow.
Yeah.
PJI.org, people. Head over to PJI.org. Check them out. You got a lot going on there, a lot to protect you. You complain about this. You complain about how expensive it is. You complain that you have nobody to turn to. PJI.org. You have somebody to turn to. Be back in a minute.
Omaha Steaks is rewriting the book on burgers with an all-new handmade texture for the juiciest home-style burgers you've ever tasted. Their pure ground burgers are made from single cuts of real aged Omaha steaks. These are truly steaks on a bun. Filet mignon, ribeye, New York strip, sirloin, and even brisket burgers. Now is the time to experience the exclusive Burger Perfection Flight for just $79.99. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code code TREAT at checkout to get an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping. You'll get 4 of each Pure Ground burger, so you can sample all the steak on a bun greatness. These burgers are crafted for a juicier, more tender experience, making your mouth water with every single bite. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code TREAT at checkout and get $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
Right now, you can eliminate odors, mold, mildew, bacteria, and viruses in your home with the Eden Pure Thunderstorm Air Purifier. The Eden Pure Thunderstorm uses Oxy technology that naturally sends out O3 molecules that seek out and destroy odors. The Thunderstorm doesn't mask or cover up bad smells, it eliminates them, leaving that fresh, clean smell, just like after a thunderstorm. The Thunderstorm is small, plugs right into the wall, and fits in the palm of your hand. Put one in your basement, bedroom, family room, kitchen, or anywhere you want clean, fresh air. It even includes a USB cord for your car or truck. Right now, save $200 on an Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack for whole home protection. That's 3 units for under $200, a fraction of the cost compared to other air purifiers. Go to EdenPureDeals.com and use discount code USA3 to save $200. That's EdenPureDeals.com. Use USA and the number 3. Shipping is free.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PHIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code PHIL25.
I've got a unique vacation idea for you that's right here in the United States. If you're ready for a vacation that's fun and downright affordable, listen up. It's driving distance for many of you, so no planes, no airline delays, no hassles. It's Branson, Missouri, the entertainment capital of the Midwest. Live music for everyone. Branson has 3 beautiful, enormous lakes, water attractions, live shows, great food, and tons of entertainment. It's a perfect vacation for you and your family, or if you're retired and you want to have a great time. And you can stay in Branson for as low as $99 a night. Please understand, this is not a timeshare offer. It's a real vacation for as little as $99 a night. We've got a free vacation guide we want to send you right now. All you have to do is call for complete details. Get your free Branson, Missouri guide right now by calling this number.
800-399-4215. 800-399-4215. 800-399-4215. That's 800-399-4215. You've been working hard, doing the right thing, and paying your taxes, and putting your hard-earned money in the Medicare piggy bank all your life. And now it's time to break the piggy bank and get something back. Medicare. If you didn't know it, Medicare is health insurance for people over 65, and you've paid for it with your tax dollars. Medicare plans now have more benefits than ever. That's good news, especially if you're like me and looking forward to paying as little as possible for good health insurance. Call and find out what Medicare plan is best for you. Save your time. It's valuable. We've already done the research for you. And in one quick phone call, you can learn how to get the best Medicare plan designed exactly for you. Hey, it's one of the most important decisions in your life. Let us help you through it. Here's our number. Call 65 Plus Medicare now. 800-778-8214. 800-778-8214. That's 800-778-8214.
It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder.
You know this man. Go ahead. Make my day.
We are back at it again. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Get involved. Get engaged. Be part of the solution. Let me bring him on. Brad Dacus joins us as he does every week. Always appreciate his time with us, and I really do. I mean that sincerely. There's so much information we get from you, Brad. It's always great to have you with us.
Oh, thank you.
You know, I just saw, the reason I saw it look and sound distracted is the IOC just came out and said that basically biological men will not be allowed in the Olympics, period, to play against women. So
yeah, and I think it's a real good distinction. So they can still be in the Olympics, but they just have to compete with their own kind, men.
Yep.
And I like the precision of it. They looked at basically it's the DNA gene. It's like, do they have male or female genetically? So it doesn't matter how they just may distort their body and inject themselves with whatever. No. What's your DNA? And I'm so glad. I think it surprised some people, but it was the right thing to do. It settles it definitively, and I think it's going to be the peak of this momentum, if you will. I say the peak, the hallmark point where everything else I think is going to follow into line. But in the meantime, we still have radical school districts and politicians still pushing this agenda. But the momentum is against them, and we at PJI and others are going to make sure that this momentum continues until all girls are protected in sports.
Yep, you know what? We need to see it everywhere. We need to fight it here in California, which I think is going to be the big fight, frankly. But we'll see what happens with that as well. Okay, so Trump had another win in court. I was talking to you about this earlier, and I was saying, it's amazing how the left makes a really big deal when a lower court judge appointed by Biden or Biden or Obama stops Trump from doing something. But when the upper courts, in this case the 8th Circuit Court, when they say, look, they're boneheads, stop it. No, he's allowed to do this. Nothing. It's crickets. So the 8th Circuit Court just overturned an activist judge ruling and upheld ICE's mass detention policy of illegal aliens. So this is a big victory for them, because these things were in place during Obama, during Clinton, during Trump's first administration. And you can see the duplicity in these people, right, is just amazing. And you can truly see now more and more and more with Schumer and team how much they hate.
Right. Yeah, and I was really pleased, to see this. But I will tell you, I was not surprised. As these judges tried to limit the rights of the rights of the president when it comes to deportation of those who are here illegally. In the end, the president wins, and as he should. And these justices, they're radical activists. They're not even strategic, because I think they know, if they have any idea, they should know that they're going to lose, that they're going to get reversed. And it's to their own shame, and to no one else's, that they go ahead and engage in those radical rogue acts anyway. But it's also highlighting those who are the more radical, the more rogue, which will, I think, isolate them when it comes to future appointments to higher levels in the judicial court process.
Well, this Boasberg judge, he seems to be able to get away with murder, and I mean that sincerely. I mean, he stops deportations. He's ordered the administration to bring people back from other countries. It's just amazing to me that he's so rogue, and there's really no way to stop him again, unless you simply remove him. That requires impeachment, and that's never going to happen.
Well, I agree. I don't think it is going to happen. But he will be isolated, and I think that's, and his reputation is one where it'll go before him, and with regard to future appeals, he'll be scrutinized all the more in future decisions and future appeals. So But I do wish Congress would utilize its powers more to remove people like that who are sitting behind the bench that should not be there.
No, totally agree with you. And the great thing about this, again, is that the Eighth Circuit said, look, he's got the power, he's got the constitutional right, and, basically go pound sand. These guys know that. They know, these judges doing these things already know that the president has the right. They're doing everything they can to stop him, slow him down, and do whatever. All right, let's move on to my favorite one tonight. Supreme Court just ruled this week that parents are allowed to opt their children out of being indoctrinated with LGBTQ plus propaganda. And, basically, the thing I don't like about this, though, frankly, is parents don't really pay attention to what's going on. You do have a handful of them that do. So they don't really know that this stuff is happening until either the day it happens, their kid comes home, tells them about it a week later. I'd like to see, I don't know if you can defend something like this, but I would like to see school districts be forced to let the parents know 24 to 48 hours ahead of time, here's what we're going to be covering. Right? And,
yes.
Yeah. And if you want to opt in, you can. But I don't know if you could you support that? Could you fight that legally?
Yeah, I think that would be, I think it'd be a great policy. It has to be congruent with the mandates of the state. So I think the opt-in is something that the right to opt in, I think is, I think it's going to be maybe more problematic on that. But we do have the opt-out right very clear. We have model opt-out forms on our website, pji.org. It applies to all. There's different ones, and they're all customized for each state. I believe we have it for all 50 states for free right now on our website. So any parent who wants to protect their child from anything that in any way violates their conscience, morals, beliefs, convictions, they have the power right now to do it. And it's more power than parents have ever had in any time in my life as far as case law goes. And this is, like I say, this is a great time for parental rights, and we at PGI are going to take full advantage of it with as many parents and for as many parents as possible.
Yeah, and can these... So at the beginning of the school year, could I take one of these forms, fill it in, and give it to the administration, basically the school administration, basically saying, okay, any content like this, any classes like this, my child is not to be part of?
Right.
Or is it per class or per subject?
No, it doesn't have to be per subject and say, well, in English this, or in history. It could be, I don't want my child reading any literature discussing, homosexual relationships, homosexual activity, or gender identity dysphoria, or transvestite. It could be just the parents. And we have on our form, it's really easy because we have different categories they can check the box for. So we really make it easy for parents. It's a no-brainer, and it's free, and they can download it for free. And then, by the way, when they use it, and if it's rejected, any pushback, we come in for free, and we represent them for free, and we take care of it.
Yep.
So that's what we do, and we do it all across the country.
No, I know you do, and you do a great job. We got a couple of minutes left. Are there any cases in particular now that you're defending, or maybe you've had a recent victory? Because I know you got a bunch of cases out there.
Oh, yeah. I think one of the most recent ones, I don't think we've talked about it, is our defense of a Turning Point USA, TPUSA chapter. It's down in Tucson, Arizona, and we're going to bat. We're defending that. I'm right now in Florida, Fort Lauderdale, and at an event at Coral Ridge, co-sponsored by Turning Point, and just had some really great long conversations with how we're going to be serving them even more in the future. But it's exciting to see how many young people across the country are more involved in standing up against evil, standing up against this false information.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's really very revolutionary, and I don't think we've seen anything like this since the anti-war movement, and of course, I think this is it's a really very great time for our young people.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm seeing it more and more. There's a couple of young people that I've been able to help at TPUSA in our schools, and these are kids, young people that are strong. They're strong-willed. They're willing to fight through, and that's all I need to be able to help them. So, hey, Brad, God bless for what you're doing, man. PJI.org, people. PJI.org. Get yourself informed. Figure out how you can help the kids at your school, your own kids as well. And when you really reach an impasse, you can get in touch with PJI.org. And, Brad, thanks for being with me.
You got it. Take care.
Joe Messina, your host. Come on back. I got a lot more to talk about in the next hour. You're listening to The Joe Messina Show.